I'm not gonna do long here. Just little thing. Tomorrow. Today it's either Harrison Ford's or Patrick Stewart's birthday. I think it's Harrison Ford's birthday. And then Saturday will be Patrick Stewart's birthday. Right in between is my birthday. Not a bad spot, you know, to hold. Considering the people that actually share my birthday, the list of people who I'd like to admit have the same birthday is starting to dwindle a bit. Because for a while I was like, hey, yeah, Bill Cosby, the same birthday. Okay, no, fix that one. And Richard Simmons has been hanging out there with the same birthday. Please, no. But, you know, still got Cheryl Ladd and Christine McVie and a few others. So. Anyway, just kind of following up on a few points and probably jump on a few others as they come to me. The last video, I think, you know, political, you know, it's like, again, yes, the show has always had kind of a political slant. You know, if they're going to take an issue, this is generally the attitude they're going to take on this. I think maybe the proper thing would be the original shows never really had an agenda other than to entertain and enlighten if possible. You know, the new shows seem to have an out and out agenda, and that's never a good thing. When because when you have that, then you tend to put the agenda above just making a good show. Now, I guess it's maybe, I don't know, a step up on the brain level capacity than JJ's show, which not only no agenda, but it's like they're completely mindless. You know, because, the Friday, it's supposed to be fun. Not brainless fun, okay? Not fun in the sense of the second you start thinking about it, it completely falls apart, and you feel like a moron for having gone in the first place. That's something that called me about talking about JJ triggers. But they're fun. I don't have fun when my intelligence is being insulted on a regular basis, okay? So that's why I never found JJ Trek fun. Loud, obnoxious, lens flares galore. And a newsflash, JJ, lens flares work if they're kind of organic, the way Josh Whedon does them. Where that just happens because the way they're doing the filming, kind of documentary style almost, there happens to be catching a light from a light that is actually in the scene. That's when it works. When you're deliberately aiming lights at the camera to get the lens flare, it's a gimmick, it's fake, and it pisses people off after a while, okay? And let's just, come back around, it's been 10 years, well, time to take a fresh rip at what you did to the Enterprise, you pretentious little prat. Starting with one to make it look like a hot rod. It's a military vessel. This is the equivalent of a battleship. You don't make a battleship look like a freaking hot rod, okay? Because it also takes you to think, oh, look, so there's nothing 60s about the Enterprise, okay? If anything, it's pretty much straight lines, blocky. It looks more 1940s, okay? Something like the Navy would come up with in World War II. That's what the Enterprise looked like. The only 60s thing about it is the sparkly lights in the thing, and that, that's hardly, a 60s detail. And to get to the interior, yeah. Make up your mind how big the freaking ship is, okay? You know why you pissed off your licensors? Because you couldn't decide on the size of the damn ship. The only empirical evidence you got is that damn hangar bay. Guess what? You have made a ship the size of the Enterprise D 100 years early. Little inconsistencies, we kind of pounce on those trying to reconcile them. Big inconsistencies drive us up the freaking wall, okay? And let's focus on the iStore bridge, okay? And your little snarky, set designer, made comment. Well, looks like a couple of cardboard boxes put together. I noticed he didn't say a damn word when they did that big gathering of all the various set designers and art directors from the previous shows. minus Matt Jeffries, who had died by then. But why, you know, all the other guys who worked on DS9 and all these other art directors are there. Is it running? I think it's running. All right. Okay. Let's see. Okay, it's going. Yeah, all these other art directors from the various shows going through their thought processes of how they design the ships and stuff. And I'm sure Herman Zimmerman probably brought up when they recreated the sets for In a Mirror Darkly. Your guy, JJ, didn't say a damn word. He sat there silent the whole freaking gathering. Hopefully he felt like, boy, was I stupid. You know? Because when they went through that, they had a process based on past experience in the military. Matt Jeffries worked, you know, was I think a flight engineer on B-17s during the war. And taking all the frustrations of having to work in a closed space and the way a panel should be set up, the way the buttons are arrayed, you know, that's all by design. Again, based on hard life experience of how a thing should work and what makes sense for a bridge. Like from where Chris Pine was sitting, hey, can he see a damn thing going on in that bridge? Not just because he can't see any of the panels, but also because everyone's so damn far away. That bridge is gigantic. It's a freaking dance hall. And you got lights shining directly into the guy's eyes at the console. Who the hell came up with that idea? You need to get a place where it looks like you could work here, you know? It looks like a logical, you know, center for a military vessel, not a freaking hair salon. This is what happens when you put people in charge of these things who have no practical life experience beyond making movies. You know? And when they start, and every movie, they start blowing up the Enterprise, ripping it apart. Nobody really cared because the ship was ugly as hell. There was no thought put into it. Looked like it was designed by committee. So, well, yeah, these are cells are nice. Oh, yeah, that secondary hull looks okay. No, that sauce is all right. You put it all together. This don't fit together very well. Let's see. So, yeah, I did not have fun at all with JJ Trek, and you know, again, putting aside because they explain the canon thing, but it's not in the timeline. Okay, it's a different timeline. This is still idiotic. Okay, it's still stupid. And subsequent movies did not improve things because not only now you're still doing the same stupid lack of total scientific illiteracy. You did con when everything said don't do con. For the love of God, don't do con. You did con anyway. And then when you did con, you didn't completely ass backwards. You couldn't find another actor of ethnic origin who could play Khan? You went from Benicio del Toro to Benedict Cumberbatch? And it's like, he's not just an enhanced human. Suddenly he's Superman. His blood can raise the dead, literally. And, yeah. Sorry, sis. I know you love the Vengeance, but the only thing that ship has going for it is it's better proportioned than the Enterprise. However, when it's the size of a freaking Battlestar, you have blown what very little shred of credibility you might have to this point out of the quadrant. Okay? That, and it's like, it looks like they kind of got halfway through the rendering process where it's still kind of blocky. It's like, yeah, that's good, go with it. It's like, huh? Do you want to kind of refine a little bit? No, great. Because there's one more pass, they could have, rounded off all those curves, made it look hell of a lot better. You could have kept it black, but it's like, and also the credibility of, they're building a ship the size of Lower Manhattan, and no one's gonna notice. No. The Jupiter shipyards are not exactly a small-time operation. Someone's going to notice, hey, what's this gigantic... It's the same kind of stupid attitude towards, what constitutes classified and how to keep people from talking that you see with the end of Discovery. Well, no one will say anything of a Discovery or its crew. It's like, right. Yeah. Let me tell you something. There's some stuff that is so classified that classifications are classified. You still hear rumblings here and there, okay? You still hear stories. I heard a thing as supposedly a little something called Project Aurora. Again, that's all we know. And a thing where a little story where an SR-71 is doing one of its passes, and something goes flying by them like they're standing still. It's on the ring, and all they get is a message saying, "Don't worry, we're friendly." So yeah. This thing, I have no doubt if that's a true story, then whatever that is, it is classified at the wazoo, okay? We might hear about it in 40 years when it's completely, totally obsolete and paid for. And this thing will be showing up at an air show somewhere, but right now it's like, no, but you still hear stories. People still talk here and there. Just nothing you can actually, the stealth fighter. For a long time, a lot of us doubted that really was there. But you hear things about a stealth fighter because people do talk. You had little jokes like at an air show, somebody had roped off a blank section of tarmac with a sign saying stealth fighter. But then one day, after a friend of mine in the Air Force had been assigned to, this little thing. The stealth fighter, buddy of mine in England. He's rotating back stateside. He's going to Nellis Air Force Base. Okay, great, Vegas. Then we see his orders. They actually say Tonopah Air Station. What the hell is Tonopah Air Station? But it's still Nevada, so what the hell, But we hear very, very little here. It's like, he's off. Okay, fine. Larry's back stateside in this whatever this Tonopah thing is. And yeah, so I go through base locator, get his phone number, call him up. I'm immediately met by somebody on the line saying, "How'd you get this number?" I went to base locator. Sergeant Cadino there. Like, no, don't just hold. And I get, don't call me back on this number. I will call you later. And it's like, okay, whatever. Again, still nothing specific, but I know something's up here. Few months, a little while down the line, turns out he basically gets booted out because apparently he had a nervous breakdown. And then shortly after that, on the back page of Airman Magazine is this kind of grainy picture of a stealth fighter. It's like, oh, really? There really is one. I got a phone call here. Hold on. Alrighty. Yeah, so I find out one, my friend has been ushered out because he had a nervous breakdown, and then find out within a week or so probably that now it's the stealth fighter did exist, and it flew out of Tonopah. Yeah, my friend was a flight scheduler, so that's what he was doing. He was scheduling the flights of this plane, but ultra classified stuff. That was only the first time they even acknowledged the thing existed. So it's like he couldn't tell anybody what he did. He really couldn't even tell them where he worked. I think they probably drove in not to Nellis and took a bus into Tonopah. That's the way they generally do these things. So it's like, there's some of us out here who have some actual experience with what it's like to deal with highly classified situations without necessarily having to have a high classification. My security clearance only went to secret, okay? Oh, and apparently I still have it where it works. But, wait a spot. AJ, some of us do have some practical experience in this sort of thing, even without having actually had the clearance. My security went up as far as secret, but I still know how things work. I had to deliver classified information to the command post next door, which I think is now a museum out there in that base. But yeah, don't go by what you see in war movies, okay? Hire a military advisor because you think it's space. Yes, guess what? In Star Trek, it was based on real wartime military experience. But everyone in that upper producer staff was a veteran. Roddenberry, flew B-17s in the Pacific. Matt Jeffries was an engineer on the B-17s in Europe. Gene Kuhn was in the Marines in World War II and Korea. Bob Justman was in the Navy. Jimmy Doohan was in the Normandy D-Day invasion, got wounded by friendly fire, oddly enough. But D. Kelly and Leonard Nimoy are both in the Army. So it's like, you need some practical experience on here, okay? If you're going to do a show like this, you need some, a little real world thing. And that was one of the things that really kind of set Star Trek apart too, because it wasn't Space Cadet. No, it was Captain, Commander. The ships were USS Enterprise. USS wasn't Space Cruiser X-47, whatever. It was a grounded reality on these things, and that's why it worked, and that's why it's sustained. That's why you don't see Tom Corbett Space Cadet conventions, or Rocky Jones Space Ranger, and that stuff is falling aside. But Star Trek set the standard there. A lot of respect, I think, is in order. So, okay, I will put the post office box up in case somebody wants to send me a GoPro or something. A working camera's not going to overheat in 5 minutes, and whatever else. I'll put that up in the end here. Other things, PayPal, Patreon, links are down below. And I'll see what I can get, because we're going to Gainesville tomorrow to visit the Second and Charles store. Won't be able to do anything on the road. I'll start something in mind on the way over, and then maybe a couple of snippets on the way, but nothing, no big travel thing. And then I'll do some stuff at the store, because I want to see if that flying V is still there. Maybe Desmec, okay, here's your guitar. You sure you don't want this? Look at this. I mean, see if I can get it down and plug it in and play a little bit. Not that I can actually play anything, but I can fiddle. All right, and we will catch you later.